So I'm gonna be 100% honest, the title of this video is a complete lie. And it should be something like I bought a trailer load of go-karts for 175 bucks or for cheap. I haven't really decided yet, but that's a complete lie. I actually bought 3 trailer loads of go-karts, and that's mostly because of that little dinky 5x8 trailer right there that's hiding behind the trees. We used that to go pick them up with my Bronco, and they're a little bit bigger than I thought they were going to be honest. But yeah, I'm just going to dig straight into it. I saw a marketplace ad for 7 why do they keep trying to say golf carts? I've recorded this intro like 4 times, but I've said golf carts more than once. I saw this marketplace ad for 7 go-karts for 175 bucks, and they looked somewhat interesting. And then my dad saw it at like 7 in the morning, woke me up to tell me about it, and I was like, yeah, okay. And then I went back to sleep while he messaged him. Then about 10 a.m. we went and picked him up. And then for the next 2 hours after that day, we was running back and forth delivering go-karts, because it turns out 7 go-karts is a lot. But I'm gonna ignore that one because I'm really excited about that one. So we're gonna go down here actually. So this one, I have no idea what it is. It is more than likely going to be used as parts for one that I'm more excited for. Oh, there's birds in these trees. Let's go around here. This one has a Predator 212 on it that is locked up. The guy said he had it running, but you can't really see it from here. But the whole top of the intake is off of it, and it's just full of water from the cylinder all the way up to that point. So that one is a parts motor. Like, I don't know. That's just, for how cheap those things are, that's just not even worth my time getting running. But this one has a brake pedal, steering wheel, seat, super beefy rear axle with like a cool looking chain sprocket thing. That looks pretty neat. This one, to be honest, is kind of ugly, so there's a lot of good parts there. So I think I'm going to use it as parts for one I'm going to show you here in a second. To not get confused or anything, we're actually going to go to the one that I plan on using parts off of that for, and that's this one. This one, I don't know why, but this one looks really cool. Let's pull it out here. It's kind of stumpy looking, but like with the slicks on the front and on the back too, and just, it looks really good. It's got pedals and everything on it. Look at that ricketry right there. That took effort. It's even got a seatbelt on it. I didn't know that. It's got a good Red Fox steering wheel on it, like a really good one. That I plan on putting on that one, which we'll get to here in a second. There's one more I plan on keeping out of the bunch. This one may get sold, but I kind of like this one, to be honest. Maybe even sandblast it, put it back to this metallic blue that it was. That would look really good. It does have a bent wheel right here. That's ovaled. So I'm kind of hoping that one of those rear wheels will fit on this. I haven't really looked, to be honest. But the seat off of that on this, put a motor on this thing, make it pretty. That's really all it needs. I mean, we even got a kill switch. Like, come on. What else can you ask for? This also goes without saying, I don't know a clue about 90% of these. So if you have any information on what this go-kart is, that'd be greatly appreciated. Because I really like this one. Go to this red one right here, which I know what this one is. This is a Yerf Dog. I forgot the part number, but I did have it pulled up. It's supposed to have a cage that attaches right there onto the rear too. You like go all the way over it. And so the plan with this one is probably the plan with 90% of these is to put a motor on it. This one needs a seat, steering wheel. Need to figure out the steering system too, because that's been taken apart. And figure out a drive wheel, because this one is one-wheel drive. So that wheel back there is supposed to have a sprocket on it. It does not, so I'm going to have to figure that out. But like I said, the plan for just about all of these is to get running, flip for some cash. So this one, put like a little 3 horsepower Briggs or something on it. which I do have a good one here. Gear it right, that way a kid can enjoy this. I feel like that'd be a pretty easy sell. It's not too fast, but like it's got some torque to pull a kid around. And of course that kid can upgrade it down the road. I've had pretty good luck selling stuff like this before. Actually, I mean like mini bikes. I've never actually dealt with go-karts until like now, and now I have 7 of them. This one is a Manco. I can tell you that much. Past that, I have no idea. This one, I'm not real sure yet. It's not missing all that much, but it's missing like the whole front steering and the 2 front wheels. This one is only a real 1-wheel drive too, and I can tell you that's bent back there. Look at that. So this one is probably just gonna be parts only too. Like take the seat and stuff off. Maybe put it on that one, I don't know yet. Okay, so we covered all those, that one. Let's cover the one I'm most excited about. Now, if you know anything about go-karts, you already know what this one is. Well, there's a thing there. That'll give you a hint. This is a Manco Dingo. One of the coolest go-karts ever made, or coolest looking. Look at this. Look at that little snubby nose on it. So this is an earlier Manco Dingo, just by like literally the 5 minutes of research I've done. The later ones, you don't get the snubby nose, and you also have a full roll bar on it. So this is around the 80s, I would guess. Obviously, just looking at it, missing a wheel. That's fine, I guess. Missing what I thought I was missing was, what are these, that spindle, I guess. But it's right here. And I'll agree, that don't look right, but doing some research, there's supposed to be, I have one of them, there's supposed to be a spring that sits on top of this, like right here. That way you can have a little bit of suspension in the front. I have one. I don't know if you can get replacements for them, so I may just try to put like a bushing in. And it's been repaired right here and stuff, and I may try to take a look at that, try to do a little bit better, because that's kind of ugly. But it's got pedals and stuff. The brakes actually work, as in the pedal moves. And here, that's where I'm going to need that steering wheel off of this one, because it's the same style, and it'd be pretty cool to put this back period correct. And right here, I may be mistaken, but I think on the motor, like it would sit right here. There's supposed to be like a torque converter or something. So if you know anything about that, let me know, because the videos I've seen have torque converters, but I'm not sure if that's like a factory thing or like a I want to go fast type of thing. It's got what I'm imagining is the original wheels, because they're supposed to be gold, and these are. That's pretty cool. The tires are in pretty good shape, to be honest. So yeah, this is like one of the most halfway complete ones. Obviously I need to finish up the steering, or not even finish it up, put it back together, find a front wheel, which means I'm probably gonna have to replace both front wheels to make it match. Seat, steering wheel, and the like motor and stuff. So let's roll this one back and go up to the other 2 up there. The keen eye may notice that there's only 5 here, and I said there were 7. That's because there's 2 up here. Partly because they were too heavy. They were all right there at some point, but we want that shed bay back. And these just happened to be too heavy to do all that with by myself. This one right here, I ain't got a clue what it is, but I know I had one as a kid, very similar to this, but it was red. This is a pretty decent little go-kart. It's missing the motor and stuff, so it's just a roller. It's got electric start. It's got like a reverse, like actual gearbox. It's got full suspension all the way around. These are actually pretty beefy little I keep saying golf carts, go-karts. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to look just to see what's missing. I'm just kidding. Obviously it's the rear wheel, but it's right there. I bought all these from a guy who does small engine repair, and he planned on keeping this one, like to scoot around his yard and stuff, I guess. I don't remember what the reasoning was, but it's got ATV wheels on the front and like golf cart / like lawnmower tires on the rear. I don't really know, but it looks kind of goofy right now. but I've got the hub somewhere for oh, it's right there. So my plan is to put all this back together, get it as a roller. I really want to put the rear wheels, or the front wheels now, on the rear and put the smaller ones on the front, just because I think it would look better. And right now it doesn't want to steer with these big ones on the front. It's like 60% all here, like it steers and stuff. There's a bunch of parts here that's really useful. The motor and stuff, that's not just a generic Predator 212. There's a bunch of videos on people putting one on, like a go-kart similar to this. I don't really know what it is, but it's a specific motor, and it's missing like this hinge thing right here that the motor sits on, and there's your gearbox there somewhere too, with the chain going down to there. That's just more than I really want to get into. But the good thing is, these things are actually worth quite a bit as just a roller. So, like I was saying, I'm going to clean it up a bunch, like all this flaking paint, and we'll make it look a little bit better. Scuff all that up, try to find some metallic blue to shoot back over it, because it's a really pretty blue. Well, that's bad. I didn't even see that. It's been sitting outside for probably decades. Not really, but it looks like it. That's what cheap Chinese metal does over time. That's why you don't let these things sit outside very long. Not gonna do too much to it. I'm just gonna try to sell it as a roller, because again, it's a super sick go-kart. Why does it keep saying golf cart? It's got suspension all the way around. It's got disc brakes on the front. You can see it right there. It had headlights. Like, those are more than gone by now. These things are super expensive as is. I want to say they're like around $2,000 on Marketplace. So if I can get like 150 out of it just by cleaning it up a little bit, selling it to a guy or a kid who wants to just make up their own motor mount for like a 212, or anything over the anything over a 212. There's like isn't there like a 230 something? I'm not really sure, to be honest. I don't know if I can get like 150 bucks out of it as a roller. That way I only have 25 bucks on all the other ones. That would be okay by me. And then this one up here, this is the other one I was mentioning that I'm probably going to keep at some point. Which means this is going to be the last to get touched, because I'm going to have to sell and flip the rest of those for cash to put into this thing. Not that I'm hurting for cash, but if I can sell all those, that means this is basically free, which again is good by me. But this one right here is a Murray Kilowatt, and to be honest, it's just a little sick looking little go-kart. It kind of it's kind of giving like a sand rail vibe to it. But yeah, it's this one again is like 60% here. You're missing the seat. I'm gonna say it's like 95%, because I'm looking at it. What's all missing other than the seat? Not much. Steering barely. This thing had a key on it. What the heck? Look at that thing. On off. Wow. The seat's gonna be the hardest part to find, because it's almost like a full-size car seat, but not quite. Going to need tires all the way around. This one's debeaded. That one is just bald. And then these back here are just they've lived their life. That's some pretty bad cracking. Oh, look at that one. Full suspension all the way around on this one. And yeah, suspensions. Does this one suspension? I didn't even check it. Yeah. And this one has a 212 on it. This one actually rotates, if I remember right. Oh yeah. Yeah, so, ow, that hurts. But yeah, of all the ones that I'm probably going to keep, it's probably going to be this one. I really like that Dingo, but number one, I'm not a kid, and number two, I'm not kid-sized, so this one is just overall more beefy, so I feel like that would be just a better option overall. And also, I like the Dingo, don't get me wrong, down there. I'm pointing like you can see it, but it's behind the trees. I can't even see it. This one looks cool. Let's be real. Like that. Just look at it. You know, ignore the welds that I very well could have done. Speaking of that, that's just noticed that. This one just looks sick. You know. Also, look at the homemade exhaust. I'm sure that's not restrictive at all. A flange going into a flange, going at a curve, shooting right at the frame. That's approved. Expect videos on all this spider web. expect videos on all this before too long. If you like mini bikes, which are in there, you can't see them because they're in the garage. And if you like go-karts, which are down there, I like working on that stuff and I like making videos on it. And I do a bunch of it. So this appears to be a pretty decent channel to watch that stuff. I don't know, probably. I don't know if the videos are good. I know that people watch them. So yeah, that's going to be it. And thanks for watching.